oxide is often a forgotten greenhouse gas. Also known as N2O, nitrous oxide contributes to only 6% of all greenhouse gas emissions, yet it has a global warming potential of approximately 300 times that of CO2. Furthermore, 74% of all N2O emissions originate from agricultural management practices, specifically the use of nitrogen-based fertilizer. At the same time, agricultural waste is piling up, with more than 900 million tons disposed into landfills annually, creating methane, another overlooked greenhouse gas that is 25 times more potent than CO2. Yet so many people fail to realize the potential for this waste to be turned into fertilizer due to its rich nutrient content that is essential for plant growth. To understand this issue a bit better, let's start with the basics. Fertilizer relies on nitrogen in production. When nitrogen is combined with hydrogen, it creates ammonia, an ingredient common in most fertilizers. When applied to soil, it turns into ammonium, which is absorbed by plants for nutrients. However, there is almost always extra nitrogen within the soil. This leads to two outcomes. The nitrate returns either safely into the atmosphere in the form of nitrogen, or it transforms into nitrous oxide, a devastating greenhouse gas released into the atmosphere. So, what if we were able to stop this nitrogen excess? Hi, my name is Allison and I'm the founder of ZeoNite, a sustainable fertilizer that uses natural minerals to combat climate change. Our fertilizer is made of two components, zeolite and agricultural waste. Zeolite is one of the most abundant minerals on Earth, often found near volcanoes. In its natural form, it is actually one of the best minerals to provide nutrients to crops. Furthermore, it contains pores that have the potential to capture a large amount of greenhouse gas emissions. The larger the pores, the greater the capture. ZeoNite takes great advantage of this powerful mineral, gathering the zeolites from mining waste and placing it onto an electromagnetic rotary kiln at a temperature of 200 degrees Celsius to clear impurities and enhance zeolite porosity, meaning the pores become bigger and have a greater surface area. The kiln is an existing technology, but it is not currently being employed for the purpose of zeolite activation. After the zeolite is activated and dry, it is combined with the compost created from waste. Our fertilizer ends up having four main benefits. We reduce nitrous oxide emissions by capturing the excess nitrogen in the soil with the zeolites. We lower methane emissions by recycling organic waste and preventing it from entering landfills. We improve soil health and efficiency as our combined formula assists in nutrient and moisture retention within the soil, as well as plant resistance to environmental stresses. This overall creates up to a 40% increase in crop yields. Finally, we lower the cost of crop cultivation from $946 per ton to as low as $125 per ton, around 75% cheaper. Our current market is the sustainable fertilizer industry, valued at $12.34 billion. Expanding to non-customers could unlock markets worth up to $300 billion. The first tier is the sustainable farmers, who are most likely already aware of the benefits of eco-friendly fertilizers, and therefore we want to ensure that our product reaches their plantations as soon as possible. The second tier is landscaping companies, as they need lasting, nutrient-rich fertilizer for long-term maintenance, so our product will be a cost-effective and community-friendly preference. The third tier is home gardeners, who lack awareness about eco-friendly gardening methods. By expanding beyond our current market of users, we can create a blue ocean of new demand. There have been few innovations made to combat the emissions of nitrous oxide emissions, as this greenhouse gas is highly disregarded and often forgotten in this industry. Even so, there are a few additives created for fertilizer to assist with N2O reduction, including green ammonia, diamide, biochar coating, and sulfur coating. These are all shown to reduce nitrous oxide emissions, but are all toxic to soil or organisms in some way or another and are often expensive to produce. Clearly shown, ZeoNite stands out by excelling in all aspects. This becomes further emphasized in the comparison of ZeoNite to the entire industry. There is not a single criteria that ZeoNite meets that is below the industry standard. To our current knowledge, there is not a single competitor that purely specializes in zeolite fertilizer. Therefore, our major competitors are mainly suppliers of zeolite, including KMI Zeolite. As they are also using zeolite, their benefits are usually matching with ours. However, they are not cost-effective because they mine for the zeolite, which is a practice that is not only expensive but very detrimental to the environment. This also means they are not making use of recycled or repurposed material. Therefore, once again, ZeoNite is superior in all aspects. Through ZeoNite, we can eliminate dependence on chemical additives and excess nitrogen in soil through using all natural and unwanted material. This same recycled material can be used to raise nutrient retention and slow release in soil. This will also allow us to reduce greenhouse gas emissions of nitrous oxide from the soil and methane emissions through reduced landfilling and of agricultural waste. And finally, we can create the integration of zeolite activation in fertilizer production to ensure healthy crops for a sustainable future. We are currently in the ideation and development stage of this blue ocean innovation. Currently, we are seeking to conduct field trials and soil testing and work with farmers to analyze its effectiveness further. Furthermore, we will work to receive funding from other organizations to continue our impact. All in all, the fertilizer industry is ripe for change. In transforming waste into opportunity and reducing harmful emissions with an all-natural mineral, ZeoNite represents a true blue ocean strategy, creating an innovative and untapped market that redefines how we think about agriculture. ZeoNite is not only about reducing harm, it's about creating a better and sustainable future for all.